What's up, y'all? It's Maritime64, and let's talk about the Demon Hunter. Before I begin, there will be some spoilers in here, and this is my actual opinion from what I've been reading and what I've been watching on YouTube and everywhere. Alright, so this is my 100% opinion about the Demon Hunter and how it's working currently and how I feel about it, and the starting zone about it, and everything. Just my point of view about the Demon Hunter. It's been live for the last 2 days. I had the opportunity to play in the beta since finally when she actually had the beta, she kept edging me, nudging me to play it, and I was like, no. I was mad at Blizzard for not giving me a chance to play in the beta. Sure, I could have found a beta key and begged somebody or did a contest or whatever, but I was too lazy. I wanted Blizzard to be nice enough to send me a beta invite, but I digress. So let's focus on just the starting zone right now. It was pretty cool. I liked it. Fine one liked it. We both liked it together, and I was really impressed on like what the Demon Hunters are all about. I'm sure I'm gonna screw this up, but they're like the they're Illidan's love children, not love children, but the Illidan's disciples, and they're essentially like the neutral camp to that's gonna murk the evils that try to destroy Azeroth. And so they really don't care if they're Horde or Alliance. They're just for fucking up anybody that fucks up Azeroth. Okay. And so when as you progress through the area, you'll notice that you start joining with some the Naga, joining up with whatever other creatures. I don't know half the races on here. I'm telling you right now. I know humans, Worgen, and some other people, and that's it. I don't really pay attention. I know that they exist and they're there. That's not some I kill and some I don't. Okay, but all of the enemy races that we typically see, and this is both Horde and Alliance side, I'm sure. A lot of these races, you were murdering for years. Now your ally, going against the common good, and this is what I guess is the strongest point about this Burning Legion. Like they're just the holistic evil of the game right now, and it's something that everyone should be focused on. And so as you play through that and you see everyone band together against this great evil that's coming about, you're like, okay, shit's about to go down. And then you realize at the end of it that you're in the past. Okay, so then you jump to I guess current time. See all everything that's going on. See Gul'dan's about to fuck up the system. Illidan gets captured, and you got these two brothers. You know, which kind of did nothing. Was really disappointing. They kind of did nothing for the story currently, and hopefully it gets more in depth as the game progresses or in Legion. But when you pick one side or the other, you don't really get any true story benefit. At least I didn't pay attention to it, and I was really sad that they're both sides of the same coin, but you didn't really get a different story if you picked one side or the other. And conveniently, me and Fine did pick different sides, but we got the exact same quest. We ran the exact same direction. Everything was exactly the same. We were just phased and we couldn't see each other because we were on two different sides. And I don't really understand why there was an actual difference. In fact, I don't understand why that was even a choice. If there was a choice, there should have been a dramatic gameplay difference because it was like you're either with this guy or that guy, and the thing is that this is like a Horde Alliance thing, you know. Demon Hunters are like Horde Alliance, that side they kind of depend on with this chick or this person that picked Horde Alliance. This this choice factored in nothing, which really sucked. I thought it would have been really cool to actually incorporate in something more interesting. But I'm not a lore person, you know. Check my statement; those statements for grain of salt. The starting zone, it looked pretty sweet. It's what I wanted, and I enjoyed it personally. However, I know some people might not enjoy it. I enjoyed it. It was really fun. It was really short too, which I guess kind of sucked. You didn't really get to know that much about Demon Hunters, and they actually threw in the Harbinger story of Illidan in the mix as well. So you're getting, a bunch of the hype and stuff, but there's not much else after that. I'm gonna be honest, there wasn't much else after that. It was like, okay, this is it, that's it, or whatever. Oh, well, you're here. Oh,
I
kill him real
need to
quick.
get closer.
And he's dead. And he's dead. Scumlord messed up my recording. Can't have that. Anyway. God. Anyway, so with that being said, my overall experience with the starting zone, I did enjoy it overall. It was really interesting. It's really cool. This class has been really, really cool. I like a lot of things they've done with it. My only true drawback is I wish I had more abilities. I wish I had more to do with the Demon Hunter. You get a really base build of it, and you get to have a decent feel of how you're going to play it. If you had the beta, then you don't really need to worry about these statements. But if you didn't get to play the beta, you're playing it right now. This is it. This is it until Legion. Okay, when Legion comes out, you actually get the rest of your you get to go into the rest of your talents, get the rest of your abilities. You get to see how everything actually truly functions with the Demon Hunter. And so, with that being said, let's actually talk about what I actually decided to spec into and what I and my build choices. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. I apologize. But anyway, so I decided to go Vengeance. I wanted to be the tank. I love this tank spec. When I say I love it, I love it. This is my new favorite tank spec. I'm going tank with the Demon Hunter in Legion. And I'm already hearing people in the comments or whatever is like, this motherfucking noob. Just go and play this game. He can't make a Fire Mage guide, but he can play the Demon Hunter and try to pro it up. Yeah, I'm going to try pro it with the Demon Hunter. I read a couple of guides. I actually had a really strong build to a really solid build to begin with based off what I wanted to do, and it was kind of accidental a little bit, but it was really cool. And the abilities they have is really awesome. And something I did mention, I wish I should have touched on when I was talking about the starting zone. As you progress through the story, you got your powers. That's like their quests, and you got your quests. You got your quests, which go kill these NPC bosses, and then when you kill them, you gain their soul power. And that was a really interesting thing about Demon Hunter. And so I don't know why I brought that up, but it's just really cool. That's how you got your powers. And a lot of powers in here are freaking sweet. They're kind of a mix between like a DK and I want to say a rogue when I'm wrong, but I feel like it's like it. You can really tell they really pulled from the DK, and I really want to say they're like the DK rogue. If I had to combine two different things, DK rogue or like DK bear, you know. Uh, if you roll vengeance, these are your abilities, of course. Oops, whatever, doesn't really matter. Can I hit the right button? Here we go. You got consume magic, it's interrupt, really important. You got darkness, is to have decent, CD to pull it down when you're about to get some nasty damage on you. Oh, 20% chance. This tooltip, says, it's 20. For a sec, it actually said 15 for a while. You have little sigils you can put down. I'll just put down the sigil flame. It's really sweet. Sigil of misery, and you also have sigil of silence. Silence does, as you state, in misery you can figure it out, but fear the enemies in EJ, these are really good. But the most important is consume magic gets you a lot of pain. Generates a lot of pain for you in interrupt. So if you like to interrupt, or you never interrupted before, start using it now. Also empowered wards, another defensive cooldown. Fire brand is a really good defensive cooldown, and does a bunch of damage. You got glide, which is another thing people's been talking about flying. It's up double jump. It's really sweet. You don't really have to have the ability to glide on a button. You just hit spacebar a third time. You're good. You're just gonna start gliding. Immolation Aura. It's freaking Radiance. You play Dota 2, it's Radiance. That's why I will call it from now until whatever. Even when I redo this guide and overview on how I feel about it, I'm going to call this Radiance from now on because that's how my brain thinks. It's a goddamn Radiance. It functions as Radiance in Dota 2. It's just not forever. It's for 12.7, so it's cooldown. It slides about 6 seconds. It generates pain. It's a really important ability. You have in prison. It's like a demon CC. It's not a big whoop. It's whatever. Final strike. This is your main probably initiative ability. It's gonna be popping in and out. I really wish I had the failed dash that you start with at the beginning of the game. That's what Havoc has. Havoc has a fail dash, fail rush. And I wish that was on the Demon Hunter, the Vengeance instead of God. Wish on the Vengeance instead of whatever the other one is. My brain cannot focus on it. I wish that was on Vengeance instead of Havoc. And so I would rather dash into a fight than to leap into a fight. But that's just a personal preference to me. I think there's a talent that actually gives you the kind of a dash. I am not honestly sure, but I think I thought I saw it somewhere. We're not gonna worry about that. So anyway, Sheer, your main ability, Metamorphosis. That's kind of like the Warlock thing. It's really good defensive cooldown when you're about to, eat a bunch of damage and die. Pop that real quick, it'll keep you alive and generate some pain, and gives you a decent health buff. No, it just gives you a health buff and generates pain. I thought it was more defensive than this, but it's just like Rallying Cry for warriors. Sheer is the main ability. I mean, spamming this a bunch of times. It's main generator of pain, and it also makes enemies drop lesser soul fragments that heals you. I didn't know what the fuck they were for the longest. I did not understand what they were. I was like, what are these health fragments? And I thought I read the tooltip. I didn't read it. I went online and went to Wowhead. That actually I found it on there too. They explained it, and it really heals you a buttload. Okay, it's really good. Talk about Sigils already. Soul Cleave. This is your main healing ability. Wow, it heals you for a buttload. It will keep you alive. And I say it'll keep you alive. Day one, I ran a heroic dungeon. I know it's heroic, it's easy, but I ran it, and everything was phased. And everything wasn't loaded in. I was like, okay, I thought we jumped to a part, I thought the extra party was already done. And so I run in, I pull a third of the enemies immediately. And I freak out. I was like, holy crap, I'm about to kill everybody. Because I'm dicking around. And so I actually was able to stay alive. Again, this is my first time tanking with this. Stayed alive the whole time until the healer was able to heal me up. That was freaking awesome. Okay, that's how strong Soul Cleave is. Spectral Sight's meh. That's what it does. It gets you get the Sight Beyond Sight from Lino. You're officially a Thundercat when you hit Spectral Sight. Thorglaive is meh. It helps pull more enemies. I thought it was a really good damage ability. Then I've really seen how much damage it does. It's really bad. It's only good for pulling. Demonic Wars, your tattoos reduce magic damage. It's just a passive, double jump passive, what I talked about. Follow this is your mastery. Demon Spikes reduce physical damage taken by 20%. It also increases attack power by 20%. I think it increases your base attack power. And I'm not sure if it's based on Fell Spikes or not. I really haven't, checked into it that hard. But we can check it real quick. So bad. Okay. So 13. Something based off that. What is attack power based off of? I have a 3K bonus. I don't know where that is coming from. I'm not gonna figure this out right. But we're just gonna say that you get a buff from your base. Actually, we can't see. Why can't I cast this? Oh, I need pain. We're gonna test this out real quick. It's here we go. Okay. Alright, so you have enough pain. Alright, so no. I turned on Demonic Spikes. My agility didn't go up. And I don't think anything else went up. So it's really, base passive, so you don't have to have Demonic Spikes on to get the damage buff. And Shattered Souls again. It's just passive to you get. I think all the Demon Hunters have it. I know Havoc sort of has it. Oh, definitely has it. And I know Vengeance has it. So I think it's just Demon Hunter passive. Every time you kill something. It's like the orbs from monks. Whenever you do something, get the orb. It's the same thing with this. Now, let's talk about rotation briefly. I think rotation is very simple. You get enough pain to do stuff. Okay, if you're low health, pop two. You pop your Soul Cleave when you're about to die. Soul Cleave. When you have a lot of pain, Soul Cleave. Just use Soul Cleave. It's your highest DPS ability. Estimate where a lot of your pain's on probably generated to. Always keep Fiery Brand on the enemy that's going to hurt you the most. Always keep Immolation Aura up since it generates a lot of pain. And it's a really good damage. And Demon Spikes. You gotta pop that whenever you need to. It's basic tanking, thought mentality. Pop your cooldowns when you definitely need it the most. But always keep Immolation Aura up and Sheer and Soul Cleave. These are your main things right here. I'll also say keep Sigil Flame up on enemies, as well as probably dropping Infernal Strikes whenever you need to, or whenever you want to. It deals a lot of damage. Yeah, 20k damage. And dealing, oh yeah, 20k damage to all enemies in the circle. Thorglaive is really terrible. Don't use it unless you're trying to pull more enemies. That's how bad it is. That's about it. Now let's talk about talents before we finish. Agonizing Flame. Abyssal Strike has its mobility, uses. Razor Spike actually doesn't deal that much damage from what I've been reading. I'm really depressed by that because I really thought Razor Spikes would be really good, and the whole time I was leveling and playing through here, I was like, I need to get Razor Spikes, I need to get Razor Spikes. So when I put my Demon Spikes on, I deal more damage. Apparently, it's not that good comparatively to Agonizing Flame, which gets you 50% increased damage on your Immolation Aura, which pops off with 23k and then deals a dot for about 6k per tick, which is really good. Then I went Fallout. All these abilities are really good. They all have their significant usefulness. Fallout, personally, I like it so I can get more soul shards, so I can so I can stay alive. I think it's a really solid defensive cooldown to go with. Ability to go with. Burning Alive is really good for AoE, and apparently it also spreads your Fiery Brand's debuff to other enemies. I didn't know that. I had no real way of testing it, but I read up on it, and they said that's what that's what a lot of the guides say. Fiery Brand's debuff goes to all the Burning Alive targets, while when they get the tick of fire damage onto them. That's really cool. So if you're getting a really big pull and you have Burning Alive on, just pop Fire Brand on the strongest enemy, and you just go through the fight taking reduced damage. And last one, Feast of Souls. This is actually my first choice, and it's really good. He also gives you a dot. You pop a hide in yourself when you use Soul Cleave. It's really good for keeping yourself alive. Like, this is like the most aggressive to me. When I was tanking that one heroic, it was probably the most aggressive tank I've ever played. You just go in, you go ham. Like, you don't think about dying. You just go in and go ham. That's my type of playstyle. Didn't know. I go in. I want to not think about dying. I want to know that my character can keep itself up a little bit while, not truly. Well, all tanks rely on heals, but not truly demanding heals from a healer. Even though every tank does. So let's just say I don't want to be healer dependent. I like being healer independent. I don't like always demanding a healer when I need it, but I also like having a tank that's aggressive as I am, and this actually fits the bill. So if you're looking for a really aggressive tank for Legion, I think this might be your choice. It certainly is mine. Again, this is Maritime64. Thank you for chilling out with me. Let me know your opinions in the description box. Please, if you're gonna dislike it, it's whatever. I don't really care. Just thank you for watching. If you leave a dislike, let me know why you didn't like it, so I can help improve the channel. And if it's just me just being terrible at this game, I'm sorry. Here's a cookie. And don't forget to leave a dislike. But always, I do enjoy likes. So leave a like. Subscribe if you like to see more videos like this. And that's about it. Peace.